go see what's all the loud fucking commotion, the stomping and shit, and everybody chanting and talking shit. It's loud in that bitch in the cafeteria. I'm like, what the fuck? I look. I see legs on top of the table. Pissed the fuck off. She's having her biggest moments. She's stomping the table like whoever wanted, they can come get it. She like, motherfuckers wanted to jump me. Mind you, it's teachers in there. You know what I'm saying? Security guards at the door. The teacher's coming over there telling her to get off the table. I'm like, shit, the fuck is Brianna? Now I got the tray in my hand. I see Brianna. She's like far by the door. You know what I'm saying? To leave out the cafeteria. So I see Brianna and her two friends over there and a couple other people. So I go over there. I'm like, hey, come on, let's go. And so her friends say, with the girl with the scar, she said, why? I say, because I ain't got time to be in no trouble. I'm like, because I don't want to end up in the office. So she like, well, we're here to get breakfast. Ain't nobody scared of that bitch. Look, if that stinking pussy bitch come over here saying anything she shouldn't say or try to swing, she gonna get knocked the fuck out. Dead like that. We ain't going nowhere. So here's the deal. Okay? Here's the deal. All right. I made a promise to her mama that I'm gonna make sure Brianna is A-okay. And I'm gonna live up to that fucking promise. Number two, the principal told us that we couldn't have lunch together. Me and Brianna can, but not with Legs. He changed Legs' lunch period. He didn't never change her breakfast period. So people are coming in, grabbing something before they go to class. People are roaming around the hallway until class start. So it's like, at this situation, it's a really much win for win or lose for lose situation. So I'm like, look, we just really need to go. I just don't want to get caught up in the mess. So as we talking, right, and going back and forth about, no, I'm not going to stay. Yes, you going to stay. We going back and forth. So all of a sudden, the girl with the sky said, oh, this bitch got balls. She really coming over here. Legs and a couple of other people was walking towards our way. So I turned around and I started approaching her. I'm like, hey, please chill. I'm like, ain't nobody on that. So she like, I want to talk to your little girlfriend. So she moves around. She says, so y'all wanted to fucking jump me? Jump me now. Jump me now. So the girl with the sky say, man, I smell sauerkraut. So at first I didn't know what the fuck that was. She said, it smell real fishy over here. It smell real fishy. All of a sudden something stank. It smell like pussy. So I'm like, oh, that's bogus. She kicking it off like that. So Legs say, yeah, bitch, maybe that's your breath. So now they going back and forth. So the teacher come over there like, hey, no. It's not going to be no fighting. So here come the security girl like, hey, what's going on? So Legs say nothing. Just thought somebody wanted to get chin checked. And she walks off, right? So the girl with the sky say, you know what? I'm going to end up fucking that bitch up. Let her come back up over here again. I'm going to knock her ass out. So I said, come on, Brianna, let's just go. I'm like, this your tray anyway. So the girl with the sky like, oh, that's so cute. Oh, sitting in the tree. I'm like, you play too much. So I grabbed whatever I could off the tray, and me and Brianna, we goes to the locker. So I'm like, look, I'm going to walk you to class. I'm like, and I'm going to come back, okay, and pick you up from your class. She like, nah, you ain't got to do all that. I'm like, yeah, I just want to make sure you're okay. She say, you really think I'm worried about that bitch? I'm not worried about her. I will fuck her up. She just mad. She big mad. I'm not worried about her. So I'm like, look, all right, here's the deal. If you don't want me to meet you at your class, can you please just meet me at the locker? Just meet me in my locker. She said, okay, I'll meet you at the locker. I'm like, look, I made a promise to your mom. I'm going to make sure you're okay. I ain't got time to be in no drama. I'm like, hopefully Legs stop. And I'm like, and I'm going to make sure I tell the principal that she tried to fight you. So she like, you ain't got to snitch. It's all good. I'm like, I'm not trying to snitch. I'm like, I just want to cover our ass. But here's the deal, low key. I just really wanted to cover my ass. Because I don't want to get caught up. I keep getting caught up into tight situations. You know what I'm saying? End up in the office and I'm in the midst of all the bullshit. And I'm just trying to make sure that I can stop it before it starts. So boom, the bell rings. It's time for everybody to go to class. I know what Brianna already to her class. She's dead. Now here's the deal. We supposed to meet at my locker. Now I'm waiting for Brianna. I'm at my locker. I'm just waiting. Now our class ended. Our first period ended. I'm at my locker. So boom, I'm sitting. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she knows she's supposed to be meeting me at the locker. So boom, I go upstairs to go on her floor to see where she at. It's a lot of motherfuckers out there like, oh shit, goddamn. You just see motherfucking hands being thrown, people being slammed. I'm like, what is happening? I see Brianna friend humps in. So I'm like, what the fuck? Legs basically was they got a hall pass since she had to pee, never went to class, waited for Brianna. When Brianna got out of class, she went all in. She had her biggest one. And when the bell finally rang and the friend was coming out, caught it, and they basically was fighting Legs. But I don't know still at this moment because Legs thought she won. Brianna thought, I didn't see the whole thing. I caught Brianna bra strap being popped. Talking about Chi-Chi's was just boing. I'm like, whoa. So I hurried up. I take off my shirt. I had a button-up shirt, right? And I had a t-shirt on under it. So I take off my button-up shirt. I'm trying to go over there, break it up. Security guard coming. The teacher trying to come through the crowd. But people are like blocking them out. It's so much going on because we was in a small little, like, okay. They're coming out the classroom, and it's a classroom across from them, and it's lockers. But it's like a very tight spot until you actually come all the way out, and then they go to actual hallway. So it was like a halfway, like a halfway hallway. It was just really tight. And if people are crowded, it's kind of hard to get in or get out. So I didn't know what was going on, but I knew definitely that was by Brianna class, and I knew what was going on. So boom, when I finally get in the midst of the crowd, security guard finally trying to break it up. Boom, they finally get them apart. I'm like, hey, that's my girlfriend. I'm like, you good? I'm talking about scratches on her, Chi-Chi's out. The girl with the skylight, bitch, you know what? I'm jumping on your ass. Wait till after school. Wait till after school. So now they up there. Wait till after school type shit. Security guard takes them. I give Brianna my shirt and shit, and I go to the office, right? The bell no wrong. People are getting ready to go to class. Now, mind you, when that second bell ring, you have to be in class or you have to have a hall pass. If you don't, you're going to get in trouble. But I'm going to this office with her to make sure she good. Boom, I grab the burnout phone. I'll call her mom as we walk into the office and let her know the tea. I'm like, hey, as soon as you dropped us off, I'm like, went into the cafeteria, blah, blah, blah. Legs was acting out. I'm giving her the tea of everything what happened from the time that she departed from us. So she like, I'm on my way, right? So boom, I'm in the office and I let the principal know as soon as he see me because we're coming in and he's like sitting in front of his desk. He's like sitting in front of his desk, like leaned back, like just waiting on us to walk in. And he sees me. He like, I say, I have nothing to do with it. I'm like, this is my girl, and I was just coming to check on her, and I didn't even know they was fighting. Boom. Legs like, no, they jumped on me yesterday, so they having their little tea. So Legs like, I don't give a fuck. Y'all can kick me out of school. So the principal say, you know what? I'm kicking you off the basketball team. So she started crying, bawling, right? He like, and on top of that, we're going to put you on pins and needles. Your class is going to start in the afternoon. You can take up your classes in the afternoon programs, right? Or you can basically don't pass and have to stay in the same alternative school a whole nother year. Who the fuck want to do that? You want to cross that stage on time, bro. You do not want to be demoted on some type of shit. So she mad and all that. So he end up basically writing her up and shit and suspended her for 5 days. So she's crying. She's upset. She's hitting herself. I'm like, oh, this bitch is, that's what I normally do when my mama hit on me. I hit myself. So I knew that mentally she was not physically there. So Brianna mama come in. As soon as I was not fucking ready. Soon as Brianna mama comes in, she goes straight to Legs like, bitch, smack. She open hand, bro. Open hand. But when she, like that smack, you feel me? When a motherfucker smack you and muff you at the same motherfucking time. I'm talking about a motherfucking smack and a motherfucking muff. Like, that's the most disrespectful shit. Legs was like, old ass bitch tried to run up on this girl mom. The principal's like, hey, no, you cannot put your hand on the stool. She like, I'm tired of trying to bully everybody in the school. Da, 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 da. So now it's a whole big ordeal. So now Brianna mama at the point that she wants to talk to the board. She wants to be able to get Legs kicked out of school. Legs ain't going for that. So Legs like, I didn't even do nothing wrong. You need to check your daughter, da, 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 da. So she say, jump on her again. Jump on her again if you want to. She said, because she definitely got brothers. She got some brothers. I will have her brothers come up here. And since she want to act like an animal or act like a thief, a heathen, that's what she said, a heathen. You know, I was never hip to them type words, a heathen and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is that, boss? Tell us something. I'll bring her brothers up and they'll serve you, right? So the principal like, we're not gonna make any threats and da 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 da. She like, where's this child, mama? So she like, I'm not a child. I got my own place. I'm not a child. She like, I'm just happening to be here to try to finish my last year so I can be able to graduate by senior year, right? So boom, cause Legs was older than us. Boom, everything get hashed out. Brianna mom brought her a shirt from home. The principal ended up saying, like, if you want, you could take her. And I was like, yeah, I think it's best, right? I said, I think it's best. And so Brianna ended up giving me a hug, and I tried to give Brianna mom the burner phone back. She said, no, keep it. She like, keep it. It's yours. I'm like, thanks so much. I'm like, I really appreciate it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm like, I was really waiting on her. We supposed to meet at the locker, and I'm like, that's why I wanted to meet you at your class. And she was like, yeah, but as soon as the bell rang, she hit me. She clocked me from the side as soon as I came out the class. I'm like, it's all good. I'm like, I got you. Don't worry. So Brianna mom like, oh, no, don't worry. I'm going to be up here every day. I got her too. So boom, Brianna mom go, Brianna go. All right. I go back to my classes and finish out my day. Now, school is over with. All right. I'm coming out and I'm playing on the burnout phone and I'm hitting up Brianna. So Legs comes up, right? I got my head down. And so I'm like, look up and I'm like, what, you want to fight? She like, so you ain't gonna check your bitch? You ain't gonna check your bitch? I'm like, look, first off, you being very disrespectful. I'm like, why you acting so fucking crazy? I'm like, you was over there talking to her. She like, you saw it. You saw them jump on me. Why you ain't say nothing? I'm like, look, I got nothing to do with it. I'm like, you keep picking with her. Just leave her alone. So as I'm talking to her, I see nothing else. I just know kids are coming out the building, getting ready to go to the bus. I'm just talking to her. I'm just having a one-on-one with her, and she's mad. She's like, how you gonna stick your dick in me? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like, I'm like, look, you still stuck on there? I'm like, you gave me a head a few times, and I'm like, that's it. So she like, oh, that's it, because anybody can just do that to you, right? So you basically a dog, you're whorish. I'm like, now I'm whorish. I'm like, look, you're not my type. I don't like you, and I definitely don't like a girl that fights. You fight all the time. You got a problem. When you were just talking to your boyfriend, she was like, he want to get back with me. I'm like, right. You went to the, I'm like, look, we're not going to make it about this. I'm like, I really don't care. She like, yeah, and that's why I'm going to beat that bitch ass every day. She got me kicked off the basketball team. I'm like, it's not a big deal. Just let it go. She say, make me let it go. Now, once she said that, she said, make me let it go. And she popped her neck out. All of a sudden, I see her head go, boo. The girl with the scar ran right over there. Didn't even know what was going on. But she ran over there, clocked her ass. Her other friend, Brianna's other friend, comes over there. They are binking the shit out of Legs. When Legs finally realized that these motherfuckers is jumping on her, they grabbing Legs, trying to pull Legs by her hair. Legs, shake that shit off. And bum rush the girl with the scar. Now, the other girl is steady trying to Buka, she hit Legs. But it's like Legs don't feel that shit. It's like she took something to pull her shit to see she didn't feel nothing. She was fucking this girl with the scar up. She turned around. She said, bitch, you want to help them jump? Boom. So I'm like, Legs, chill. The girl with the scar run back up on her. Buka. Now it's to the point that, it's a showdown for the hoedown. Legs, friend, peeps it. Here she come. Pop. Now they're having a whole moment. Security guards coming. I'm walking off. Fuck that. They ain't gonna even see me on the motherfucker. I'm gone. So I hurried up and I hit up Brianna and I let her know, like, hey, yo, look. I say, your friends just got into it with Legs. So I tell her what happened, give her detail from detail. Boom. I'm on my way to the crib. I get to the crib. I bump into Mark. Mind you, Mark normally come home once I make it in the house, okay? Mark is already, I get off the bus, Mark is already outside on the block talking to somebody. So I'm like, wait, I know my eyes playing tricks on what the fuck Mark doing? So I go there, I'm like, hey, I'm like, did you go to school today? He like, yeah, I just ditched last period. I'm like, you don't fucking get it. Why did you ditch? He like, I got a job interview. I'm like, you got a job interview. Well, he like, you ain't gonna believe it. I'm like, try me. He like, at this grocery store. I'm like, at a grocery store? He like, yeah. I'm like, well, he like, down the street. I'm like, okay. I'm like, the interview over with? He like, yeah. I'm like, I think you lying. He like, I'm not lying. I'm like, come on, show me where the store at. So we start walking. So I see somebody come across the street. They looking at Mark. They like, hey. Like, throwing their arms up like this. So I'm looking at Mark like, you know him? He like, yeah. So dude comes over there across the busy street. He like, you got some of that thing? That Superman pack? So I look at Mark and I'm like, tell me you're not. He like, hell yeah. He like, what I did was I came back home, snuck in mom room. She had my shit mixed with hers. He like, I picked that shit out. He like, I'm just gonna sell and get some money for it. He like, but I rolled up 2 fat blunts out of it. I'm like, I got nothing to do with this. I'm going home. So now I go home. I walk off. I go home, right? Nobody's in the crib but me. Mark finally comes in a few minutes and behind me. He like, bro, I need you to have my back. I say, once mom realized you went in her room and took that shit out of her personal stash, she's gonna skin your ass. She gonna fuck you. I got nothing. Don't la 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 la. I don't hear nothing. La 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 la. I don't want to know it. I don't want to know. So now I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.